Welcome, YouTubers. I am on my way back home from my long walk, and I decided to post a video on is it or is it not a toy, as opposed to hobby grade RC. So let's do some thinking about this. Let's think toy. When you think toy, you think non-proportional steering, non-proportional throttle. Those are definite signs of a toy instead of a hobby grade RC. However, there are companies that give you proportional steering or proportional steering and proportional throttle, yet you still are considering them toys. So let's go a step further than that then. Okay, they have proportional steering, they have proportional throttle, but you're still calling them toys. Why are you calling them toys? So what is the other toy identification? All right, let's go with hard shell body. Okay, could be, but there are hobby grades that have hard shell bodies. All right, so let's go back to proportional steering, proportional throttle. Let's go with suspension. How about that? Okay, so most people associate a hobby grade with really good suspension, i.e. oil-filled shocks. Okay, so we'll go with that route. But then, if you do that, then you have to look at Tamiya. Tamiya vehicles, not all of them, but a lot of them, like their 80s style stuff, their retro, shall we say, even some of their newer products have friction shocks. I remember the Clodbuster had friction shocks, and the Clodbuster is definitely hobby grade. Okay, so suspension, hobby grade is not oil-filled shocks either. So far, definitely toy grade stuff is non-proportional steering and non-proportional throttle, because that is definitely not hobby grade. All right, so let's switch it up and go to the ones who have Lexan bodies. Okay, so Lexan body equates to hobby grade. Again, Tamiya has hard shells, and they're really detailed, and they're really nice hobby grade RCs. Okay, as far as their detail and things, maybe not their performance so much, depending on which one you get, but definitely their detail, beautiful detail. Okay, so Tamiya still, with a hard body, is still considered a hobby grade RC. And because why? Because they're like one of the first people that ever did RCs. I can't remember back when. I think it was 66, I think. I'll have to go back and do some more research on that, but I could have swore it was 66. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and retract that too. So Tamiya still hobby grade, even though they don't have oil-filled shocks on all their stuff. All right, so let's go with what's next. Size. Okay, well, anything smaller than 1/10 is a toy. Not really, because Traxxas has one 18th scale. Letrax is 1/16 scale or 1/18 scale. And Letrax is a branch of Traxxas, so that's hobby grade. Are you considering it hobby grade just because of the name? That's not fair. Names don't really mean anything, to be honest with you, especially in this day and age. So, let's go to what people are calling, as far as companies. They're calling anything that come from Hobby King or WL Toys, because the name says toys. You know, they make toy grade drones, which I really don't have any clue on that part, because I have one drone. I believe it was a WL Toys. And I haven't flown it very much. And then there's Horizon Hobby, you know, but that's considered a hobby grade RC. All right, so back to the cars. WL Toys cars. Oh, so WL Toys, some of their cars have proportional steering. Proportional steering. Some don't. Some have proportional throttle, some don't. Okay, so let's go with motor size. Is it hobby grade if the motor is 540? No, not necessarily, because why? Again, the 1/16 scale RCs from Tamiya, Traxxas, Low C, Team Associated, they have smaller motors, they have proportional steering, they have proportional throttle, but the motors aren't 540s. But WL Toys, they have 1/16 scale cars, or 1/18, one of the two, with 540 size motors in them. So right now, I'm just throwing this out there. The more I talk about it, minus the name of the vehicle, WL Toys sounds like a hobby grade RC. Oh, but wait. Parts. Okay, hobby grade parts, such as Traxxas and Team Associated and Team Low C and Tamiya, are very easy to get. Toy grade RCs don't necessarily have easy to get parts, or even parts that you can replace. If you break it, guess what? You gotta buy another one. But again, that is not the case with WL Toys or RGT or even ECX. Okay, people are considering ECX as hobby grade now, but when they first started, yeah, they were considered a toy, because they were like, nobody really knew anything about them. But guess what? They're considered hobby now. And their stuff, you go to Horizon Hobby and you can get their parts. Okay, so let's back up again. Parts. WL Toys. Can you get WL Toys parts, or even aftermarket parts? Now, you may be able to get stock parts, but can you get aftermarket parts? I don't know about that. Only people who regularly buy WL Toys toys, or RCs, let's just call them RCs instead of toys, would know that. What I will do is I will do some more research on that when I get home. Alright, so we have WL Toys and GP Toys as far as considered as toy grade RCs. Okay, what else can make a toy grade RC as opposed to hobby or hobby grade? The batteries. If your vehicle if your vehicle requires AA's, AAA's, or anything that's a loose type battery that requires a specific charger to charge them, that is what makes a toy grade as opposed to a hobby grade, i.e. the GP Toys 926 Liberator, or otherwise known as McGruff. I have one of those. I did an unboxing video, and when I get home I'm going to charge the batteries and I'm going to go do a run video on it. And the batteries scream toy grade to me, because you have to have a special charger to charge those batteries, and they have a special battery compartment on the vehicle. So for you to make it more hobby grade, you would have to do some serious modifications and moving around of things to turn it into a hobby grade RC. Now, that specific truck does have a wonderful manual with parts and exploded views and everything on it, which is great. If something were to break, sorry about the sun, it's kind of bright out here. But I don't know if there's any aftermarket parts for any GP Toys stuff. So I would consider that a toy grade RC. If you agree with me or you want to rebuttal, please comment below. Like, subscribe while you're commenting. But I'm not done yet, because there are WL Toys vehicles that require batteries, regular batteries. It doesn't count if they're required in your RC or in your transmitter, because, well, it's a transmitter. It's supposed to require AA batteries. But the vehicle itself, that is how you are going to tell if it's hobby grade or toy grade, is those batteries. Suspension doesn't really mean a whole lot, because like I said, Tamiya has friction shocks on their vehicles, and well, they're still considered hobby grade. Do you not agree? I mean, seriously, think about it. Think about the old Kyoshos. Yeah, I know back then, 80s, that was the rage. However, back in the 80s, Kyosho had oil-filled shocks. So, you can't use that excuse as a reason. Okay, so we've covered suspension, we've covered motors, we've covered batteries, we've covered steering, and we've covered parts, and we've covered throttle. So I think that pretty much covers all of it. What do you think? So I'm just about home, and I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to sign off. If you have any rebuttals, comments, please comment below. Like if you like it, dislike if you don't like it. Please, if you want to see more stuff like this or any random RC stuff, by all means, subscribe. Have a great day and a great weekend. Bye now. Stop. Really? Oh, this is crazy. Come on, stop.